Okay. So, I'm gonna be doing a little video inside the room here because our cat here, Lulu, is in heat today and is being absolutely obnoxious, especially towards me, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, she thinks Dylan's her new buddy.
Yeah, she's been showing me her
booty
quite often today. So, what? Did you touch her or something?
No, she just went outside the door and then went like that.
Careful. Okay, so I came across an absolute gem on eBay recently because I was looking for a shifter boot for my transfer case on the K10, and I don't believe there's a factory reproduction that anyone makes. I think I threw mine away back when I was first putting my truck together. Ask 15-year-old Dylan why he did that. It might have been all rotten, I don't know. But the only ones that I know of you can find, there's a guy on the forums that makes like custom billet ones and stuff. But that doesn't really match the style of my truck. My truck is very error correct with a couple of things not being error correct, but the majority of my truck is very correct and very original-ish. Yeah, it's not original, but you get the point. So I was looking on eBay for used shifter boots. Not shifter boots. I got a reproduction shifter boot for the truck, for the T-case. But the ring was the thing I couldn't figure out. And I was like, okay, I'll just go with a used one, obviously. So I was looking for used ones. And I don't know if it was when I was looking up the used ones or if it was me checking my weekly Hickey Enterprise Save to Search thing. But I found this monstrosity. It's beautiful in a way. It is. This is, I believe, the listing said the guy thought it might be Hickey or might be some company. I am fully convinced Jim Bob in his garage made this, and that's what I love it even more because of that. So, to start off with, you see this aluminum piece and this pin, and it swings and stuff, and you can see a shifter boot right here, where this is the top side of our shifter boot, and it's got beautiful weld holding it together, and it's just a piece. This is amazing. So, from what I've come up with, it's a too high and neutral lockout for your transfer case. So let's say too high for the freeway, so your dog doesn't bump it into 4 high, and then you get worse fuel mileage for no reason, and then neutral for a PTO. And the first thing that was kind of interesting to me is the neutral and the too high. The neutral, there's no way that that's not 2 1s with a line across it, and that the high is 2 1s with a line across it. So that makes me think that it's homemade, but what really made it homemade for me is the vice marks on the front of it. That's how I knew it was homemade. And it's really quite funny how they did this. So it looks like it's a piece of like 1.5-inch bar stock that has been bent. This piece is one piece. It goes all the way over, and there's just this little guy right here. So we started with our stock transfer case ring, upside down, of course, because why not? And it has these 2 little L brackets on each side. They look like they came off of something very specific because they have the same curve on the side. But so that's how it's you're sitting it in your truck right here. So I'll just pretend this is the floor. We've got our pin here. Our shifter would be in this. And let's say you've got it in the neutral position. You want to put it in 2 high or put it in 4 high or 4 low. So you open up your guy here and you swing it down, put it in whatever gear you want. If you're putting it in 4 high or 4 low, you just leave it to the side. But if you're putting it back in 2 high, then you bring it back up, close her on up, and put your pin in. So, of course, with the boot, my truck never actually had a boot. I just had some random one out of a K5 in it that didn't really work that well. So here's what it all looks like put together. I think it's quite beautiful. When I first got it online, I came out of Montana and I talked to Jake about it. I forget his username. And he said that it probably came out of like a I don't know. So it obviously came out of a work truck, like some big K20 work truck. Definitely came out of a four-wheel drive, obviously. But definitely some truck running a PTO. Could have been something like a C50, I'd assume, maybe. I don't think they'd even, no, they'd probably use some custom, because I don't think the C50s even use. No, it's definitely a K20 or a K10. There's no way it's not. But it's definitely a work truck thing. I think it's really cool. I love it for the too high lockout. I don't know if we'll be using the neutral lockout because I don't have a PTO yet, but maybe eventually. But I was thinking about reproducing this because this is a really simple thing to remake. I could take some patterns of it, and if anyone would be interested in it, I'd make some copies of it for anyone who wants some lovely monstrosity like this. But anyways, this is what I came across for my shifter, just looking for a shifter boot ring, and I ended up with this beautiful item. So that will be making its way into the truck after a nice rebuild and restoration. So thank you for watching, and rest in peace to our horny cat.